All right, back with another tier list video. These are just for fun on my channel. This is not a big deal, but we're going to be covering hero ability modifiers. This one was actually made by Archer as opposed to the ability modifier ones where I thought it was made by Archer, but it was somebody else because he linked it in our Discord. We are back to the SAB, C, and D tier. There will be no F tier because I just don't think that's... I agree with Archer here. There aren't enough modifiers to go around for a full list, but without further ado, let's explain what we're doing here. So S will be the hardest to deal with, most worst modifiers. In fact, the color scheme is going to be very relevant here. Red is bad. I think we all know Death Bomb, blowing up each other and our builds is bad. However, something like Vampiric, where, you know, they're just dealing damage to you and, like, I don't even notice that. I'm going to put that in D tier. Like, if an enemy hits you and then, like, heals from it, it's like, yeah, whatever. I believe this is Frenzied. If anybody in the comments down below... Oh, sorry, that's the end of the monkey stream. Hi, guys. Welcome. If anybody wants to comment if I'm wrong about any of this, please do. But I do believe what we're looking at is Frenzied, where enemies just sort of, like, run at you faster and do more damage. Again, I'm going to put that in C. It's not that powerful. Like, it doesn't really bug us. And one thing I would like to skip to as well is Mini Boss. Yeah, Mini Boss. Honestly, I'm going to put this in D tier. I really don't mind it. I think mini bosses are normal. It doesn't usually affect whether or not you win in the mission. So surprisingly enough, mini boss is D. Like, I expect a mini boss. It's not that big to deal with. They don't do any damage to the objective. It's kind of whatever. Acid pools. I'm going to put that in A tier. That is one of the worst, most dangerous modifiers in the game. If you don't know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Acid pools are in the ground and you just take damage from it. That can stack a lot and essentially make nowhere safe. Campfires help a little bit, but it's not that amazing. I would like to see a mini boss modifier checklist. Ooh, I have a whole video on that. Link down below if I can remember. I'm also going to put all of the elements in D because I actually prefer it. Believe it or not, I actually prefer a mission to have a single element, because if it's a fire mission, I know to pull out my water weapons and then suddenly I'm just doing the most damage to every elemental target. Stop giving me ideas. Archer has made so many tier lists. Between my ideas and his goofy ones, we have over 20 of these in the works. It's gonna be ridiculous. If you guys haven't noticed by now, or if these I don't know when I'm gonna post this one specifically, I do plan to put these on my channel like once a week, maybe a couple times a week. Like, this is not something I want to be my regular content, but they're just so fun and it's cool to hang out with you guys in chat and actually come up with some of these. But I will go back to the checklist here, the tier list. I prefer these. That actually makes the mission easier to know what element it's going to be in advance. There are certain combinations though. Like if it's nature, metal corrosion is really S tier, because then you kind of have to build out a brick. Or no, I should say if it's water, it's metal corrosion is S tier, because water means you shouldn't be building with brick. You should go to nature. But metal corrosion means the next best option is brick, kinda. So here's what's happening. With metal corrosion, this is going to be an informational video. I didn't plan on that, but metal corrosion is a situation where normal husks can chip away at the walls over time. That does not actually activate from, I believe, husky husks. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe mist monsters is what definitely is exempt from that. So if you just build trap tunnels good enough to kill all the basic enemies, you're not actually going to experience any metal corrosion. And so I personally do build out of metal on metal corrosion missions. It's not me being lazy. It's not me being stupid, as some lovely commenters have pointed out. It's actually me trusting that me, my teammates, and our tunnels are going to kill the regular enemies. So if properly dealt with, I'm putting metal corrosion in B. That's me having high standards. I know for a lot of you guys, this is easily an S tier modifier, but I think it's so manageable that B is safe. I don't actually know what this one is. Somebody help me with the fist and the bone. I actually don't know what that is. I'm going to move on to the end. I also don't know what this is. Husks are faster, I think. If I haven't recognized the modifier, it's probably a C tier. I think this is extra damage against walls. I think that's what that is. I'm going to put these both in speed. Yeah, C tier. I think both of these are just kind of whatever. Husks move faster. They do more damage to walls. You deal with it. It's like Vampiric. It's kind of annoying to deal with, but really not a problem. Something that's definitely S tier is Death Burst. Basically, enemies heal each other when they're killed. That's essentially it. And it essentially can mean, depending on which targets you shoot at first, is killing every enemy twice, which is just terrible. I personally dislike it more than Death Bomb, and we'll put that in the highest of S tier. It is my least favorite modifier personally. This is wall weakening, where enemies do more damage. Still C tier. It's not the biggest deal in the world. The bone is frenzied. So then what is this one? I thought this was frenzied. Is this just death, like exploding death burst? Is that what that is? I'm going to put that up here. That's not a modifier that exists anymore. They replaced it with death bomb. So to those who watched earlier in the video, I'm going to get a ton of comments about this, but if you watched this far, can you delete your comment? I would appreciate that. Radar, not seeing the enemies, it's a minor inconvenience at worst. I'm going to put it down here in D tier. That's nothing. That's not anything we are worried about. Smoke screen, once again, it's not that bad to deal with. You just run melee. I'll put it in D tier because it doesn't really have any issue. For me personally, I see smoke screen and just pull out abilities and or a melee loadout. It's just not that big of a deal. Slowing attacks is a big deal though. I'm gonna put that in A tier. This is a personal thing because I'm very active and in the fights a lot, but when you get hit by an enemy and you're slowed down on top of slowing fields, or slowing pools I should say, these are both just really annoying because that combo, if you get either one of these modifiers in a water mission where water enemies are slowing you down, it is the worst. It's just it's so annoying. It is so, you can't move at all. Even a Baron basically gets you up to default. It's not fun at all. It's really not something I enjoy. But yeah, I will also say with smokescreen, again, this is me having high standards, but smokescreen is definitely like almost S tier if all of your teammates in a public lobby, for example, are using ranged weapons. However, if planned accordingly, it shouldn't be an issue. It is also a kind of annoying thing in the sense that it's not always difficult to deal with, but if we're running a 160 that has smokescreen, now I'm just stuck using melee all session, and it's not as fun. But that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. Not a lot to cover here. Sorry for a couple of mistakes because these modifiers are not often an icon I need to know, but I think we got it right in the end here, and that is my modifier tier list. Comment down below what you guys want to see next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to Archer for making this. I'll see you guys in the next one.